Morning, guys. It's another day of working on the ATC200e, and I think I've either pushed the problem to the edge or I've fixed it. So Motion Pro, I just got the long rear handbrake cable from Motion Pro, and let's come up here and I'll show you how it acts. So this is the brand new brake handle, and there's my brake, and when I let it go, it doesn't release all the way. So one little quick trick I have that I've used is I'll go in my bin of springs and I'll find some springs that I can slip over the throttle or over the casing, and that should help me return my spring. And we're bottomed out on this adjuster, and I've added a nut and a washer, a spacer. So basically I'm pulling on the back of the cable. So I'm guessing my brake pads are shot. If it works this way, I'm going to leave it because all the pieces are here to fix it properly down the line. And instead, I'm going to move to the tail light. I don't know, I like this tail light. I actually think it looks pretty good. And it'll stay there until someone else can find one for sale. So here I've broken this handle. So on this side there's nothing to actually keep the cable from sliding all the way through, which is what happened. So I took a stepper drill and drilled in it and added a step and then squeezed it together so the end of the cable has something to butt to. However, that didn't work and it broke, and I can't find another one for sale. So this bike came with some generic brake handles with adjusters. So I stole the adjuster, drilled this out, and then zip tied the adjuster in. So that'll retain the factory brake handles. There's nothing for sale on eBay right now, which I really hate to make a sketchy fix like that, but it's one of those things where down the road, if somebody buys this and this fix breaks or they don't like it, they can just go on eBay and see if there's a part available at that point in time, because right now there's nothing there. So I am gonna do something that I don't usually do, and that is turn my attention to wiring. I both love deeply and hate wiring at the same time. I love making light happen. And here's the spaghetti noodle mess we're getting to work with. We have the choke cable too, so that's also on the docket. The horrendous oil leak that this has got, that's also on the docket. I just don't feel like taking it all apart. So what we can do is we can finish the wiring and then go enjoy the trike. My son Dwayne found the tools. I dropped the headlight in one of the first episodes. So I bought this cheap reproduction headlight. And we're going to stab it in, and then we'll drill a hole in the backside and add a headlight switch, because the lights. Alright, so this is the tangle wires we're dealing with. So this bundle here I've taped up. This goes up to the headlight switch. This one right here. That's all broken inside, and maybe I should take it apart and see if I can fix it. Maybe I should. So the start button is actually added on to it. So I'd have to take it all. Might come in to a couple pieces. So there's like a spring or something broke inside here, because I moved it around some and then the power came on and it won't shut off again. So I think we're going to pull that apart. Somebody's already cut into this wiring. So I like to check it and then take a piece of shrink tubing and just push it all the way up here and cover everything. Or some looming, something to make it, right. Alright, so let's look into this switch. All right, so we found some things out. Found out some things. So this switch goes clamshells. You can kind of see the way it went. And then, okay, this is the top side. So the top side's got your off, on, off. Oh, that went pretty hard. So that's all clean. All right, so this is the push to start on the bottom. It's got a little bit of corrosion in there, but so this right here, it still works. Just takes a little bit of force to move it. So, yeah, like I said, a little bit of force. So it basically sits down in the back corner here, and then the little switch handle swivels on this post here, and then pokes out the front. You go over and down, off, low, and high. So basically you got up, over, and off, and then down in the middle is low, and then all the way to the right is high. So I think that'll still work. All right, on to the next problem. Here's all the bits and bobs to this. So this is a protective cover. This is the switch handle. This holds the wiring down on the side there. Somebody was in here. They had anti-seize on the bolts, which is good. And then I got this big tube of dielectric grease. We'll grease that up. We'll probably grease these screws too, just because. So here's the next dilemma. This is the new headlight, old housing. So we could make this work. So here's the mounting tabs for the new one. We could just drill a hole in the housing, push that in there, bada boom. Or we could use the new housing. This housing has got some cracks. Where are they at? Right here. Couple cracks and chips. I'm gonna have to paint the housings either way, so yeah, I'm not I'm basically at a flip of a coin. This housing's all corroded and junk. So the new one's held in by a spring pin. Got a wire bail all the way around. So I don't think we can change the headlight housings. Excuse me. What if we drilled a hole in this? 2 holes in this, we could throw the new one in there. But that's kind of restoration hypocrisy, because you're drilling holes into it, so it's not original at that point anymore. So we can still use these nuts. So on this one, the nuts go in a slot. They go in the slot like this. So we won't have the slots on this headlight housing, but I can push it in here and it'll work just fine, and it won't have any cracks. It'll look factory, except to those that know better. And that might be the problem. I don't want that problem. So we're going to redo some of the kill switch wiring, make a decision. We'll grease the... Alright, ladies and gents, I'm having a camera malfunction, but what's new? So, we started this episode working on the... whatever this is. I got too many 3-wheelers now, I can't remember the year models. It's pretty easy to see. 82. This is an 82 200e. 200e. So, alright, we started with working on the switch. And I don't remember anymore. It's been a few days, but I think I resoldered this and then just pushed a old piece of shrink tube up through. So now it covers everything, and it's all the way it's meant to be. There's a little band to band all this stuff together somewhere. So I was very intelligent, and I pulled all this stuff apart with no way to figure out how to put it back together. And then I had to deal with the wiring, because the previous guy snipped these off of the back of here. So, hope that makes sense. So, if you're new to the show, this is the headlight we got. It's got a couple holes in it, none of which are right. I don't know what model it really goes to. But the fortunate bit is, it fits in the original housing. So I drilled a hole here and here on the corners. And then I'll use the screws that came with this. And it screws into these tabs. So this is the wiring from the switch. Basically, the green wires are all grounds. They all plug together. There's a special black wire with a special boot. It's got some rings in it. Those go together. There's another black one back here. I'm suspicious that was a second one with those weird black boots. And then if you go and plug color for color together, red to red, yellow with red tracer to yellow with red tracer. There's one odd pair. That's this weird half clear, half yellow baggy, big baggy. It's got room for another pin in it. Not sure what that does, but that's got a red. It's got a red tracer, and those two go together. That goes with the yellow one from the handlebar headlight switch. So this bundle here is the headlight. Yellow, blue, white, brown, black, green. There's another bundle from the chassis harness. And then this is the dark green with either a red tracer and light green with a red tracer. They have a matching pair in the harness that they go to. Like, this doesn't have a boot. I'm not sure if it's supposed to. We could take some electrical tape and just cover that. The red one was cut, so that got a modern style connector. I don't have any of these bullet ones. And then the black one might need the other half of the. And then the new headlight comes with different ends. Let's come over here. I saved those on the bench. It's got a female instead of a male, a double female instead of another male. So basically, just snip the old ones off. Well, they already were snipped, so we just soldered together. Plug the ground in the ground collector, and just like that, we got light. Off, low, and high. So I am very pleased that I took the time out and took the challenge of taking that extra switch apart and making that work. So it's been a couple days. I don't remember how much footage I've got, so this might be the end of the episode. Before the push button for the starter switch was grounded here for whatever reason, we had a bunch of corrosion in here to deal with. Or not really any corrosion. It just wouldn't connect. So I'd stand here and spin this, and then it would eventually work. So we'll tuck that back down in there. I don't know if it got disturbed. I don't think it got disturbed changing the battery. It really didn't have anything to do with it. I dug down in to see where it connects into the big fat starter cable. So none of that was disturbed. So this might be the end of this episode. I painted the housing International Harvester red from that gallon jug that I got. So I haven't tightened the bolts. We got to see if we can assemble the screws. They're on the corner, so I can get at them. Nice straight shot. I really like that, actually. Well, the original ones were the same way. You just came up from the bottom. So this will work. So if anyone out there knows and sees this eBay listing, that'll get you fresh headlight housing and all the stuff you need to make it work. So, oh yeah, let's come back here. Turn this baby on. Low beam. It works. Now you got to tell me in the comments what you think of that look. I like it. I like it a lot. It's not too much. It's not too little. There's some light there. So very good. We got some of our auction stuff unloaded and some things moved around today, but shop's pretty full of stuff to work on. Weather's wonderful. we had a rain, and now the floor is all sweaty, and there's even puddles back there. So. All right, guys, thanks for watching this episode, and we're gonna keep on working on this and crank out some more awesome content for you guys to watch. See ya. All the Amish horse loggers are here. All right, there we go. That's pretty impressive. Yeah, black walnuts don't have leaves yet.